Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Crayon Lane Teach. Today's video is going to be all about addition, and specifically this video is going to be looking at addition using 10 frames. So if you think that's something that you'll find useful, then keep on watching. So today we're going to be looking at addition using 10 frames. So you're obviously going to need a 10 frame. Now I've got some here that I've just printed out from online and just laminated them, but you can obviously draw them on pieces of paper or on a whiteboard very easily. So you're going to need a 10 frame, and then you're going to need some things like counters or cubes or even things like buttons, any types of loose parts, just something that's going to fit in each of the squares. So today I've actually got some flashcards that I'm going to use for my addition. So these flashcards that I'm using, they're actually ones that I've created. They're available on my TPT store, so I'll leave the link down below. But again, you can just use bits of paper and write on any numbers that you want, just make them yourself, doesn't need to be fancy. So today we're going to be looking at the addition 3 add 4. So to do this addition using a 10 frame, I would be asking the children that I'm working with to count out the first number, the number 3, onto the 10 frame. So I would be asking them to do 1, 2, 3. And what's quite good about these flashcards is they can actually check they've counted out the correct amount of objects by looking at the number of objects on the dice or in the 10 frame on here as well. And then in the same 10 frame, I'd be asking them to count out 4 more objects. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we've got 3 add 4. And then, to get our answer, I'd be asking the children that I'm working with to count how many objects we have altogether in our 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, what's good about the 10 frames is a lot of children learn that they can actually just look at the 10 frame and then figure out what number it is without counting, which is actually a really good skill to have. So some children might know that since we've got 3 boxes empty, that this is the number 7 that we've got here. So another way that we can use 10 frames to help with addition is, again, still using our flashcards, but this time we're actually going to use 2 10 frames. So this might be quite good if the children are still needing to practice their counting skills and maybe needing to practice their one-to-one correspondence skills as well. So they can actually copy the little 10 frame that's at the bottom of each card and the same on this side. So this is actually, it just gives them a little bit more support when they're doing addition. So we're going to count out 3. 1, 2, 3 for this part of our addition, and then we're going to count out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the children can actually check by looking that they actually have the correct amount in each group. And then now, to get their answer, they're going to count how many counters they have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now they know that 3 add 4 equals 7. So when using 10 frames for addition, you're not just limited to the number 10. So you can actually go as high as you want, just as long as you've got more than one 10 frame to work with. So you could use your 10 frames for a more trickier addition like this one here. 11 add 6 equals. So we're going to count out the first number 11 onto our 10 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, whenever we fill a 10 frame, I always discuss with a child that, once we know the 10 frame is filled, we know that this is 10 things. So we don't need to sit and count them all to check. We know that a full 10 frame is 10. Okay, so we've done 11. So now we're going to add 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then to get our answer, we would then obviously count how many counters we have all together. But again, this is a really good opportunity to discuss with the children that you're working with about counting on. So as I said before, we know this is a full 10 frame, so this has to be 10. So we don't need to count that there's 10. We can just start from 10 in our head, and then go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So then we have our answer 17. and then we can just write that in as our answer. So that's another way of using 10 frames for addition, and as I said before, they're really handy to teach about counting on, having the number in our head so that we don't have to sit and count everything all over again when we know that this is 10. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you found this useful. Make sure and subscribe to my channel to see more teaching related videos. Bye!